Hello, everyone, and welcome to Deconstructing the Dark Passenger, the podcast about all things Dexter. I am Jean.
I'm Victoria.
Today, talking about the villains of Season 2.
One that Jean hates.
One in particular that I hate.
What was it? The white vampire? What'd you call her? Pale-skinned vampire?
The gross English... I called her... Deb called her the gross English titty vampire. That's what she is.
So we will keep Deb's comment.
The gross English titty vampire.
Yeah, that was great. What are you doing? Are you trying to have sex with her? Or are you trying to kill her or burn her? All the candles in the room?
Oh, yeah. Well, what does one do with a vampire?
Silver bullet.
Oh, I gotta read my things. Okay, so, all right, Lila. Let's talk about Lila.
Are you sure you want to do her first?
Yes, I want to get it out of the way. Okay, I think Lila is interesting because Lila is, I feel like when you watch her, you're very frustrated because just of who she is. But she feels like when you look back on her and kind of like just go through it with a fine-tooth comb, she is a lesser Dexter.
Different form.
Different form, right. Like, she can only, dare to dream to be what Dexter is. Not the killing part, but the rest of it.
Yeah.
The killing part, maybe, but I don't think she cares about that so much. It's the rest of it.
Yeah.
So she latches on to him in this 12-step structure. And, that Dexter does have his vulnerabilities. I have problems with the ease with which she seduces him because he was very asexual in the beginning.
Yes.
And he went from very asexual, not caring at all about, not asexual is not even the right word. He went from literally not caring at all about sex to like, I just gotta be fucking all the time.
Yeah, and poor Rita was trying to get it and couldn't.
She gets plenty later, don't worry.
But I mean, I feel like they wanted you to like Lila at first, and then it was just like, oh, what did you do? Like, why?
Yeah.
I just don't. And there's so many things that are so messed up with Lila. Like, my understanding is you're not supposed to sponsor the opposite sex, are you?
You're not supposed to sponsor the opposite sex. You're definitely not supposed to be fucking.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to lead them right back ever down whatever road they were on. And neither one of them know what road they're on. I mean, Dexter knows, but, poor Rita thinks it's drugs.
Which is silly. I mean, like, I think that was silly. The whole thing was silly with the drugs and the shoe. So we're not going to really talk about that because it still to this day does not make a lot. As many times I've seen this season, I still it just does not come together.
It doesn't come together.
So, okay, I think it's interesting. So Dexter basically, Dexter tries to act like a normal person.
Yes.
So he does things, he's always watching other people. See, this is how normal people act. Okay, so I should do this thing. Normal people bring in donuts. Normal people, what else does he do? What else does he do that normal people do? He eats a lot of Cuban sandwiches or whatever.
Yeah, he does. He does do that. Deb is always wanting to pick his brain.
Yeah.
About stuff. He's just like the normal guy.
He's vaguely a guy, like vaguely nerdy or whatever. But
yeah, I mean, the only person that doesn't like him is
Dokes.
Yeah.
Well, Dokes was right though. But it's interesting. So his model is to like, okay, he looks at what other people do, normal people, quote unquote normal people, and he tries to imitate that. Lila, though, is the opposite approach. She goes into a room full of people that have some aspect of their life that is so deep into dysfunction that they have to be in a room with other people like them to figure out how to work through it. Okay, which is the 12-step programs. They work for a lot of people, so I'm not disparaging the 12-step programs. I'm disparaging the idea of you should go into the 12-step rooms to model behavior to carry outside of the rooms. And so she does this a lot. She uses a lot of this, the 12-step, and like the other thing about the 12-step stuff. Okay, like I said again, I know it works for a lot of people, so I'm not going to take that away from anything. But one thing it does do is they get a little too handsy with the pop psychology. That's not like real, clinically tested and tried and true, effective therapy type.
Yeah.
It's just stuff that makes you feel good that you can put on a little flag to put on a wall or something, and that's what she kind of just delves into.
Yeah.
And she's always, Dexter, well, this is why you do this, Dexter, and this is why you're looking for your mommy, Dexter.
And in the entire season, we know what she did, but there was never anything about any kind of a drug she might have taken or any reason why she was in AA.
They tried to tell us that she was on meth, right? Was it meth or heroin?
Her boyfriend, I thought, was on meth.
So it was either way, one way or another. They tried to say she was on meth or heroin. I'm like, great teeth for somebody on meth. Great teeth and skin for somebody on meth. I mean, she has porcelain skin. So I don't think there were any drugs ever.
Yeah. I think she lied.
She did. But I think what's interesting about her, and I think this was always the thing with her, is Dexter is convincing a lot of people that know how to read people, like detectives and stuff like that.
Yes.
He's convinced, except for Dokes. That's different. Dokes is a force of nature.
We should probably have an episode just about Dokes.
We will. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dokes. I love Dokes. But like, these are people, so he is able to fool people that they have a good instinct about when people are bullshitting them.
Yes.
She is able to pull the wool over Dexter's eyes because she's got tits, but also because he is very distracted here.
I think so too.
I think that's the only reason she gets as far as she does.
I think so too. I mean, he's so distracted by all of his own bodies coming up out of the ocean.
Yes.
And the fact that now he's got to act like he was an addict and he's got to go to all these meetings and stuff. So I think he's very distracted, and I think she's probably a great manipulator too. So whereas she manipulated him, he just didn't even see those signs a lot because he was so busy.
And I think, I think if he didn't have this stuff with Paul, if he didn't have this stuff with the Bayhopper Butcher, it wouldn't have worked.
I don't think it would have worked at all.
No.
I don't think she would have ever been picked as a sponsor if he had his morals about him the entire time.
Yeah, I think, yes. I think if he could have, under a normal circumstances, without his bodies coming up out of the Gulf, I think, I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah, I don't think she would have gotten anything over on him.
Yeah.
And the fact that she mentions that she blew up her boyfriend's house, he never looked into that.
He didn't, yes. I mean, I think that just shows you how far off his game he was.
Yeah, and that's something he definitely would have looked for that story to see if she was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because, in essence, then she's a killer, and she's able to meet his code.
Yeah. Which, I mean, ultimately is what his justification will be,
Yeah, well.
But I think it's also, too, once the veil is lifted, once he realizes what she really is... Once he sees, once he even starts to actually suspect her, before he knows for sure, before she kidnaps the kids and stuff like that, once he even starts to suspect her, that is it.
Yeah.
And it's really, from that point on, it's just him trying to kind of get away from her, make a clean break. Whereas with him, look at the people he's manipulated, everybody. And even once they suspect him, Rita at some point, she's like, wait, you lie a lot and you're really good at it, but he's still able to manipulate her.
Yes, he
Deb,
is.
Same thing.
Yeah, it seems weird that he's able to manipulate Deb the way he is, except for the fact that I think he's done it his entire life.
Yes.
And he's had to protect her.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of Harry's big things with Dexter is you always protect your sister, always make sure Deb's okay.
Yeah.
So his entire life, he's had to watch over her, and he's had to manipulate her in ways where she didn't see it as manipulation. But the fact that he continues to be able to manipulate Rita, I think, is because, I mean, look at everything she went through with Paul, and now she finds Dexter, who's this great guy all of a sudden, and then... oh, he's on drugs.
I mean, she realizes
yeah.
the behavior, but she also realizes that he's not quite as far gone as Paul.
Yes.
As that she knows, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if in the end she ever found out.
That's, I think, one thing that has always haunted me about this show. I want to talk about this real quick because you brought up something I want to talk about too. But one thing that's always haunted me. So Trinity, when he killed Rita, he didn't know that Dexter was a serial killer. Dexter was just blackmailing him. But I always wonder, what did he say to Rita? Did he tell her anything before he killed her?
I wondered that too, because I wondered if he found out, or if he found out and told her your husband's the Bay Harbor Butcher, or if he told her anything about any of it.
I don't know how he would have ever known that he was the Bay Harbor Butcher. There's no way.
Yeah, but I wonder if he said anything at all to Rita.
Yeah.
I mean, and what it was and how she reacted.
I mean, like I think that was like, watching that final scene with her, and like that was like one of the things that kept coming up whenever I think about that. That just makes it so hard to watch, is like the thought that he told her that this is happening because of your husband, Yeah,
and how Rita might have felt about that. Yeah. I mean, it always, like, when I think of that episode in particular, it tugs at me because I know, like, Dexter didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
And every time he walks into that bathroom and sees her, you can see the pure shock on his face. Mm-hmm. But it's always haunted me, like it haunts you, is like, what did he say to her?
Yeah.
And like,
maybe he didn't say anything. Maybe just sits already over,
Yeah.
I hope that that's all it was. Like in my head canon, that's all he did was do his normal, it's already over.
I wish Harrison hadn't have needed that one special toy that she went back for.
Jesus. Yeah, fucking Harrison. Anyway. But you do bring up something about he's been lying his whole life to protect Deb. And it kind of goes back. I think I did want to talk about this. Like, he was distracted. I think that allowed Lila to manipulate him. But it also reflects a sort of naivete that he has. And we see it again and again throughout. He's got this, and I think this is partly Harry's doing, of Harry kind of stunting his development and imposing the code and shuttling him into this tiny little box. And this is, you're going to be a serial killer, and this is how you're going to do it.
And you can't have friends.
You can't have friends. You can't do all this. But I also think Harry's teaching him how to lie. He's teaching him how to manipulate people. You have to act normal. You have to do this. To where, like, it's just like a regular, when we think about physical abuse of a child, that's when a child is raised in that kind of environment, like that to them is in their mind. Eventually, some of them break the cycle, but oftentimes it's because that they equate that with love.
Yes.
And like Dexter, he equates manipulation with love, which is why part of why he responds to Lila, and why Rita kind of baffles him, because she doesn't manipulate him.
Yeah.
She's just straight up like, this is how I feel, and this is how things are going to be.
Because she has the balls to walk away from him.
Yes. I think that.
When she does, he doesn't know what to do about it.
Yeah. When she tells him to leave, I mean, he's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah. That's when we see the fact that he truly does care about Rita and the kids.
Yes.
So. But yeah, Lila is just pure manipulation in a bottle.
Yes.
That's all she was.
But I think ultimately, though, when she finds out that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher,
mm-hmm.
and she does the thing with Dokes, like, oh, the poor baby, and Dokes is like, what? What? The fuck you say? But then, she treats this as another, like this is just another drug addiction, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is truly, I think this, I talk about Dexter's naivete. We're talking about Lila's naivete. I do not think until he is sticking that knife in her that she fully grasps
what he did.
What he does.
Yeah.
Yes. What it means. Like, I think people like that, like, they don't always conceive of the world outside of themselves. They don't understand mortality. Not morality. They don't understand that. They don't understand mortality. But I think she just had no idea what it really meant. Like, to her, it was just like, look at my boyfriend and his cool motorcycle, that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But the look in her face when he gets her at the end.
You know what?
I was so glad that shot didn't knock her completely out to start with. from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I know they gave that to. I know the writers gave that to us as a gift.
Yeah, because they knew Lila was hated. But yeah, I mean, that scene is just one of the most amazing scenes in season 2, I think.
Like when she realized, like, yes, it is truly her. Like, oh, this
damn
one
it, they
actually
killed
means-
me.
Yeah.
He got me.
Got me. The problems I have with the logistics, whatever, it's fine.
You know,
It's fine.
he had to go away for a couple of days. Nobody needed to know he was in Paris killing.
Nobody know what's going on. But okay, let's talk about some of the other killers, and then there's one I really want to get to at the end there. We're going to do Dokes separately. I think Dokes is not really a villain per se.
He is not, but he deserves an episode.
Yes. So we're going to do a separate Dokes
Even
thing.
though I am not a Dokes fan completely, I do agree that he deserves his own episode.
I think it's remarkable that you have a character, a show that has had 8 seasons originally and has now had 11 going on 12 seasons, and you had a character that was in for 2 seasons at the very beginning have this much of an echo throughout the series.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to talk. Dokes will get his own thing.
I would love to see a little
Dokes, yes.
a little ghost of Dokes being like, surprise, motherfucker.
Well, he did at the beginning of Resurrection.
I know, but I want more of that.
What? We want a surprise motherfucker every
season.
Every season. That's fine with me. I'm down with it. So let's talk about one of my favorites, Little Chino.
Oh, God. Little Chino, who is, 7 foot tall?
So he's huge. Well, he's an elephant gun to take him out or something. I like Little Chino because we get to see Dexter. We see the ease with which he subdues people and kills them. Even his own brother. I mean, he was bothered by it, but he did it pretty easily. And to finally see this, you can be stopped or at least paused in your tracks.
Yes.
By this giant beast of a man. You know?
This elephant you're going after.
This guy, I love the Little Chino stuff. He's so big. You gotta get a fucking cargo elevator to get this man up to the
it was just so funny. They say Little Chino, so everybody's expecting maybe this 5 foot guy or something, and he comes in at 7 foot tall, and I'm like, whoa.
He at least 7 feet. I mean, this dude was huge.
He was huge. He was huge.
I do like Little Chino. I do like, we had the fake Baker Harbor Butcher.
Yeah.
We did have the, so we had a couple things there. We had the 2 guys that were out there that found Dokes when Dokes had escaped from the cabin.
Yeah,
the drug runners.
The coke heads.
Yes. that was, and Dexter, just take, like that guy, and half the time, Little Chino, it takes him like weeks to get him. Like these two guys, he's like done.
Yep.
But another one. Okay, so we had we'll get into those last 2, but this other one that I really enjoyed. It felt like season 2's answer to Emmett Meridian. I don't like it quite as much as the Emmett Meridian line, but was Roger Hicks, the used car salesman.
God, that was a good one.
I love that one, and I thought what was great about him, because we're all season we spend with Lila doing her transparent manipulations of Dexter. But when we get there with Roger Hicks, it's interesting because Roger Hicks is doing the same thing Lila is doing.
Yep.
These transparent, crazy lies, and even when he's caught on it, he's like, well, but, did I say, hey, I didn't mean that. You know what I mean? And Dexter's like, he knows it right away.
Yes.
He sees it in Roger Hicks right away.
Yes, he does.
I like him. He's like, how do you do that? Because like Roger Hicks is on the table just lying his ass off.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Roger Hicks, of course, of the famous the hairpiece taken off. I mean, he makes him die bald. That is some.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing about Roger Hicks, I do like the performance, just the ease with which he lied, and the play, the interactions between him and Dexter, especially when Dexter has him on the table and Dexter can now expressed it, like, I know you're full of shit and I know you're done. Like,
Yeah.
the interactions. There's some times where Dexter just barely interacts with people, but, like, and sometimes it's like, okay, you've done this before, but, like, this was one of those ones where you really like the interaction.
Yeah, because he's all telling Dexter, I'll give you that car for free. And, and I was like, damn.
Dude, it's not about the car. What are we talking about? But when he talks trash about Rita, and we will see this again echoed in a later season, but when somebody else talks trash about Rita.
Yeah.
But Dexter, it is reflexive. Dexter is like, I mean, if nothing else had been going on, Dexter had that knife in his hand and that guy said that thing about Rita, he would be dead.
It would have been gone.
No matter what.
Yep.
So you see, again, we see how Dexter actually his real feelings about Rita.
Yes.
If that guy had said something about Lila, Dexter would be like, yeah, but what are you going to do? She's a hot English titty vampire. But with Rita, he's like, nah,
Nope.
no, sir.
He's your favorite for season 2?
No. No.
Okay.
I just feel it kind of feels like a echo of Emmett Meridian.
Yeah.
Who was my favorite in season 1. He's one of my favorites in season 2, but not my very favorite.
Okay.
I think little Chino. Okay, based on what we actually get, little Chino is probably my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Because the person that should have been my favorite one, I feel like if they fumbled anything in season 2 besides just Lila, I mean, they didn't even fumble Lila. That character was so loathsome. But it was Santos Jiminez, the man that killed Dexter's mother.
Yeah, that was mine. That he got that guy.
And obviously I like that he got him. They had some interaction, like when he got him at the bar. And they had a little bit of interaction there. And after he actually killed him, I was like, Dexter looks like he just had sex. I mean,
yeah.
But I just wish. I wanted that to be my favorite thing. And I just feel like Dexter killing the person that killed his mother should have gotten so much more.
More than it did.
Than it got.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been a subplot to the Lila thing. That is craziness.
I can agree with that. I love the fact that he got the last living person that killed his mother.
I like that he killed him the way they killed her.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That was the best part. But I think it just sticks out so much because of who it was and how he got killed. But yeah, I do not think that should have played second fiddle to Lila the way it did.
No, I think there was so much they could have done with it.
But I kind of wonder if he would have ever looked into that had it not been for her saying something.
My thing is, here's my thing. I think it just goes along with, like, it's just part of the Lila subplot because, look, none of this stuff is real life. The writers could have done whatever they wanted. At some point, they could have written another way for Dexter to get to this guy.
Yeah.
And we get these files from the crime scene coming up all throughout the series. We definitely could have gotten him in
the names.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't let go of the fact, like, if he should, I know that I understand what they were trying to do with the progression of Dexter's personality, but I mean, I feel like there should have just been so much more about him, about that, because that should have been a really big deal, killing this man.
Yes. Like one of those "tell me how you killed my mother" type things.
That should have been, like, I feel like that should have been the last episode of a season or something.
Yeah, like what limb did you cut off first? Well, let me do that to you.
Not
type
even
thing.
I'm not talking about watching the murder itself. I'm talking about, they just treat it like, well, it was just another guy that he killed.
And it wasn't.
I mean, we never even really see him in later seasons, think about what it meant that he finally killed this guy. Yeah. Does it give him any catharsis at all?
Yeah.
I mean, he killed Brian, and he was off his game for most of the second season because of it.
Yep.
Does he get nothing back of his powers after he kills this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, considering ultimately what happens to Rita and what, he does to the Trinity Killer, I mean, it just feels like It just didn't get enough. It needed more.
It did. I mean, that especially needed more.
Yeah.
We needed to see him maybe have some sort of closure from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think like all the things he's going to have personal growth from, we see it. Like I said, like these first few seasons, that's mostly what it is. It's his personal growth from all these things. And to believe that like there was no major personal growth that came from him killing this man, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. There had to be something in him that, came out when he did that.
Yeah. Although I do like the idea, like, which limb did you cut off first? But that's not really what I meant. I really meant that more like from personal, like a narrative or a personal growth standpoint, we should have gotten more.
Yeah.
Than just, okay, that arc's over, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that murder scene should have been more too, though.
I mean, maybe, but I think, it was, 2 episodes that it was an issue at all?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's craziness. It should have been half the season.
Yeah.
So I think like those are the big ones.
Yes.
But then you have like kind of the phantom villain, which is the Bay Harbor Butcher. Obviously it's Dexter. But everybody else is dealing with the Bay Harbor Butcher. They don't know it's Dexter except for Dokes. We'll talk about Dokes later.
Yeah. The way the bodies are found is like that was kind of crazy.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, like the scuba divers and stuff like that. I think it's weird because like at this point Dexter's been doing this and dropping these bodies here for like 15 years. We know he started doing that in the early 90s, 91, and it's now 2006, 7. So almost 20 years he's been dropping these bodies down there.
Yes.
And like nobody came along before that.
They were looking for certain things, and when they got a peeing off those bodies, they thought they had found it, and wrong.
Well, he doesn't change his... I mean, he just kind of moves. He doesn't really change his MO after that. But I think it's interesting... I think everybody's reaction is interesting because, I mean, Lundy's going to get his man, or wants to get his man. But I think it's interesting that, like, once they realize that this guy is just killing people that have murdered other people,
done bad things.
Like,
yes.
Half of them are like, well, yeah, we're still going to get him. And the other half are like, I mean,
he did us a favor.
He's a fucking hero. He's the,
yeah. Yeah. And I mean, when Lundy comes in, it's like he gives Dexter all these different looks that make me wonder if he ever suspected Dexter.
He did.
You think so?
I think he suspected Dexter. This is what I think. I think he suspected Dexter. I think ultimately he went after Dokes because he has to go. He said it 100 times, I have to go where the evidence takes me.
Yes.
But I think, especially when he comes back in season 4, I think even then, I think he still thought it was Dexter. But I think, as much as a by-the-book guy as Lundy is, I think he appreciated the fact that Dexter was taking out the trash. And I think he also knew that it's like a come at the king, you best not miss. Like, he knew if he was ever going to get Dexter, it had to be airtight, and he did not see where that was going to...
Yeah, where that was going to be.
Especially after Dokes has already been pinned. It's been pinned on Dokes,
And not only that, but, like, they lost all the boating, all the footage from the boat slip. So
I think he, Dexter said after Lundy died, Dexter was sad because he's like, oh, that was a worthy adversary.
Yes.
I think that's how Lundy felt about Dexter.
Yeah.
He understood him as like, I've met my match now. I think he's still, if he had lived, I think he probably still would have found a way to go for it.
I think so. I think he would have gotten more evidence. Even being with Deb, he would have still gotten more evidence about it.
And I mean, I do wonder if he had, Lundy had done the Lundy thing and he makes it incontrovertible, like how that would have changed Deb's, understanding of Dexter's hobby,
Yeah.
Cause he would probably have broken. He's like, look, Deb, Special Agent Grandpa here. We gotta talk. But I think it's interesting. So Dexter perceives himself. So he, as people are like, well, the papers and stuff are like, this guy's a hero. Like, he hears people arguing about it. Seeing his reaction to hearing people talk about him in public and they don't know it's him. And he's got the whole Dexter the Dark Defender thing, and
Yep.
because the comic book store and all that stuff.
Yeah, and families being happy that the evil person they were so scared of is now confirmed dead.
Yeah, and he's taking joy in this. This is affirming to him. Like, I'm not a bad guy. Look at all these people I'm helping. And he can shrug it off and say, well, this is just a kind of a side benefit. Like, no, man, you are digging this. You love the fact that everybody thinks you're awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it does show, again, when you talk about the conscience and reaffirming his morality and all that, I think that's what it does. I think that's the public reception of the Bay Harbor Butcher. If he was ever going to back off this stuff, there were a few moments throughout the series where, like, he's going to back off this stuff. I think if the public reaction to the Bay Harbor Butcher had not been so mixed, if everybody had been, no, this guy is a fucking monster, like, and he didn't have that little moment of thinking he was kind of cool, things would have been, I think things would have shaken out differently. I think it would have given him more pause, like, well, wait a minute, what am I doing? Everybody thinks this person's a psycho or a monster,
Exactly.
Like, he could say, I know I'm a monster. I mean, he does all, but that's just shit he tells himself.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, oh, I don't know. I don't have feelings. Love you, Cody, buddy. Come here.
Yeah.
Put that turkey on your leg. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you see, like, how much enjoyment he gets from killing these people who have killed others. And then you see how much joy he gets from being with Rita and the kids and stuff. And it's just amazing.
I don't even think when he kills these people, it's not enjoyment. I mean, like, I never read it when you see him killing people. I never read it as enjoyment. Like, he always looks like he's angry.
Yes.
Like they have done something terrible, and he knows, and he wants them dead because they've done a terrible thing. Or it's like, I just gotta go. Just gotta get it done. I got 10 minutes, gotta go. He's getting rushed or whatever. Or for some reason. But he never seems to enjoy it. At best, all it ever does is it seems to, like, he's got an itch, and it's like putting lotion on the itch.
Yeah, I mean,
in his brain. He's got an itch in his brain, and it calms it down.
Well, I can agree with that until season 3, and we'll talk about that.
Okay, fair.
Because there's one in season 3 that I think he enjoys very much.
Okay, we'll talk about that. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but we're talking about it. Oh, there's one. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, I just think, I think for the most part, he doesn't enjoy killing the way.
Yeah, he doesn't enjoy it the way some people do. Yeah. Probably most of the people that he killed.
Yes, I think it's a thing. Like I said, I think it's just he's got this itch in his brain. He's called it different things throughout the series, but I think he's got like an itch in his brain. There's like this noise in his head, and the killing is the only thing that stops it, even if for a little bit.
Yeah.
But if he could make that itch go away another way, he would. Whereas some of these people, I think it wouldn't matter. They'd still kill. They'd kill.
Yeah. They probably would, but he does it for good reasons.
Well, yes. That's why I said, when it starts getting. That's where all the fun of this show comes. Is like, well, what if this is him just killing because he's been trained to, and what if this is his actual, divine retribution on these people,
Yeah.
But anyway, do you have anything else about season 2 besides the Dokes stuff that we'll talk about later?
No, Dokes is the only thing.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about season 3 next week. Obviously, that's the Miguel Prado Skinner season. And until then, you can check out our other podcasts. We have The Final Assessment, which is our podcast about the show Evil. And we have Outside Food and Drink, which is our movie podcast. August is D is for Doll month. September is back to school month. We're going to do some Carrie Prom Night, Mean Girls, and Heathers. So you want to join us for that. You can also follow us on our socials. Drop us an email. All those links will be on the show notes. Let us know. Let us know.
Who is your favorite in season 2 and why?
And it better not be Lila, because if it's Lila, I don't want to hear from you.
And if it's Lila, you're going to end up fighting with Jean.
Yes.
So bring it on.
Until next week when we talk about season 3.
Later.
Later.